So in this video, I'm going to cover how we automate or have automated the process of turning leads into potential clients, and it all comes down to speed to lead. So a lot of law firms might think, and in many cases quite rightly think, that most online leads are price shopping, low quality, and don't turn into clients. And when we were first solving this problem for our clients and we were able to generate a ton of leads for them, a lot of them complained about lead quality. And what we looked at was a number of things to improve lead quality, but the biggest thing came down to how the leads were being handled. And when we looked closer, the leads just weren't getting responded to quickly enough. Okay. Now, if we look at some industry stats on this, firstly, 42% of law firms take over 3 days to respond to online leads and web form requests. The odds of setting a consultation reduce massively, over 900%, if contacted after the first hour from the time of the form submission. The odds of setting a consultation increase by 21 times, so 2,000%, if contacted within 5 minutes from the time of the form submission, instead of just 30 minutes. Now, a lot of people would have thought, okay, well, if I get back to them in the next half hour, 45 minutes, that's good enough. Well, it isn't. And we see this time and again. So speed of response down to less than 5 minutes is really important. And to be able to do that consistently is the name of the game. And then lastly, 50% of potential clients generally choose the first firm they speak to. Now, what I would say, I would qualify that by saying 50% or more are going to choose the first firm they have a meaningful conversation with. All right. So we can see here, just statistically, speed of response generally needs to be extremely good, and generally it's not. So our experience of a law firm's lead response basically is as follows. As lead volume goes up, the relative percentage of leads that book, show and convert goes down. And the reasons for this are there's basically limited capacity, so it's difficult to scale campaigns when we're relying on the firm's current resources. Secondly, the firm's generally slow to respond in terms of the statistics we need to, the numbers, the KPIs we need to hit, because they're generally only 9 to 5, and it takes up to 1 to 24 hours, and sometimes that's being generous, to get back to leads. There's only manual booking systems, so they might just use Outlook, for example, to book stuff in, to do availability checks. So that's difficult when a front desk has got to check, multiple calendars before they can then find a time slot. Then obviously you've got to send an email out manually. There generally aren't any reminder systems coming up to the meeting or the consultation for the potential client and the intake person. There's no integration with case management systems normally, and there's no return on investment or performance checks in terms of how long it's taking to respond to leads. Okay, so what we did is we basically created something called Response Mechanics, which allows all of our clients to get a scalable system, which we use with all campaigns now. So all campaigns have unlimited capacity to scale, and we're able to instantly respond 24/7, 365 days a year using our US-based response centers. Everything is booked in via our intake pipeline systems, which use cloud-based booking and auto-scheduling, and all of the follow-ups coming up to the meeting are automated, so emails, SMS reminders, and everything can be integrated with your case management system. So whether it's Clio, Practice Panther, Action Step, you name it, it can be integrated. So anything that turns into a case via the system can be pushed in as a matter, and all conflict checks can be done. And obviously that's all hooked up to our dashboard, ROI reporting and performance checks. So this really helps our law firms outperform everyone in their space, because everything is being responded to, and all of a sudden after we put this in, the general feedback was the leads are much better. And the biggest thing that changed was the speed to response and the consistency of that speed to lead. So hopefully that helps. And one of the big payoffs here is as we, respond more quickly, we book more meetings per 100 leads that you're getting, which means the cost per meeting also reduces significantly. All right.